Hello everyone, this is the Underdoll, and I'm currently looking at an article from Flair. The headline says, Adele's rumored divorce settlement is not equality at work. This isn't what women meant when they demanded gender parity. By Catherine Singh. April 8th, 2020, so just a few days old. But you gotta love the double standard. So you have these feminists that demand equality at every turn, but when they receive some of that equality turn on them, suddenly they don't want it. Surprise, surprise. So let's actually read this article. It's really a great day to be on the internet if you're a woman. We're looking at you, Twitter trolls. But right now is an especially bad time to be a lady online, because it turns out that in a global pandemic, not only are people spending more time on the garbage fire that is Twitter, but some of their opinions are getting increasingly more problematic. Everything is problematic. Everything is problematic. Twitter is basically kowtowing to people like you, and you still aren't happy. On April 6th, a Los Angeles court granted singer Adele's request to keep the details of her divorce from ex-husband Simon Konecki sealed. The British songstress and her former beau were married for 2 years before splitting in April 2019. The couple shared a 7-year-old son named Angelo. While the actual facts of her divorce are to remain private, as they should, rumors started swirling almost immediately that the singer has been ordered to pay her ex $140 million of her reported $190 million net worth. It's important to emphasize that none of this has been confirmed, and with all of the speculation around the terms of the separation, people might potentially be misinterpreting the fact that $140 million is a sum that they're splitting in the divorce, not what Konecki is entitled to individually. Also, a jury is out over whether the sum is $140 million or $140 million pounds. But either way, if there's any truth to the rumors, these February photos of Adele make a lot of sense. Well, she's basically really upset, to put it mildly. Regardless of whether or not this exact number is what Konecki would receive, in California, where Adele officially filed for divorce, spouses are entitled to a half of their partner's income and assets during the period they were married. According to an April 2019 article by Cosmopolitan, in 1 year alone, thanks in part to her wildly successful 2016-2017 world tour, Adele's net worth jumped from $69 million to $182 million per annum. She took home $55 million from the tour alone, so our girl Adele has earned some loot, and it would be nice if she could keep it. So, if it's a man, Jeff Bezos, he has to lose billions and billions of dollars. But if it's Adele, she has earned this. She has earned her fame and her money and everything she has. So she shouldn't part with $1. That's basically the logic, the double standard. Oh my god. Or at least not be forced to give more than half of it to her ex-husband. But to be honest, regardless of the details of Adele's divorce settlement, the most egregious part of the whole debacle has been the online response. Some men online are pretty stoked at the prospect of Adele handing the $140 million to Konecki, tweeting that Konecki deserves a large amount of money. Yeah, he does. He does. Welcome to equality. Welcome to equality, feminists. And even more specifically, a whole lot of them are seemingly perplexed, arguing that isn't this equality even when it comes to divorce settlements, what women and specifically spooky feminists wanted? Yeah, exactly what I said. You wanted this, here you have it. Here's a tweet. When men suffer this, everybody will keep quiet. Now Adele has to pay $140 million to her ex-husband, and feminists want to talk. Yes, dear feminists, this is what real equality looks like. It's not all a rainbow and unicorns. Deal with it, yeah? You wanted this. Here it is. Sorry, gents, but the answer is no, and for several reasons. Oh, let's hear her reasoning. Firstly, a lot of people are making comparisons between Adele's situation and that of Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos, whose 2019 divorce from wife Mackenzie Bezos made tabloid headlines. Okay, if you're using that, how about, let's see, how about Brad Pitt, who was to pay several $100,000 just to be able to see his kids, and he's a celebrity. This excludes almost every man who is in a divorce and lose their kids in 80% of the cases on family courts. And also divorce courts, women just automatically receive alimony, child support, and half of the resources of a man. Welcome to equality. You have no sympathy for me whatsoever. No sympathy whatsoever. Whose 2019 divorce from Mackenzie Bezos made tabloid headlines. In finalizing the divorce, the former Miss Bezos was transferred 19 million shares of Amazon.com, a holding value of $38.3 billion, and one that places Mackenzie as the 22nd on the Bloomberg Billionaires Index. So she became one of the richest people alive by a divorce. Just imagine that fact. She didn't do anything. A ranking of the world's 500 richest people, while this is a hefty amount of money, and at least on the surface makes comparisons to Adele's situation seem more valid, it's important to know that Bezos still retains a 12% stake worth 114.8 billion. Not to mention his other assets. He's legit wealthiest person in the world. 38 billion is a drop in the bucket for Bezos, but perhaps what sets Adele and Bezos' situations apart most is that Mackenzie, who was married to Jeff Bezos for more than 25 years, played an early and integral role in Amazon's growth as the company's first employee, and someone who helped draft the company's initial business plan. Yeah, but is that worth 38 billion? I'm just so. And how about the man who watched the child and supported her? Does that not matter at all? So you rules for thee, but not for me. I'm effing feminists are angry because Adele will pay her ex 140 million, but they didn't make a sound when Jeff Bezos paid his ex 30 billion. During Tiger Woods saga, they were mute. Ani Olorubu Nyansi. I don't know what that is supposed to be. Yeah, Tiger Woods is another another good one. Plus, if we're going to talk about equality, what about the fact that even in Canada, women still only earn 75? Oh my God. You're gonna use the myth that is the wage gap. How about now in this pandemic, men are the biggest losers, losing most money in this pandemic. No, but you only use it when it's convenient for you. The numbers are even more ghastly for Indigenous women, women of color, and transgender women, as well as women who are new to Canada. Not to mention that a lot of responses seem to be just for the sake of getting back at women. No, it's not getting back at women. You set the terms, and now you made your bed. Now sleep in it. So this is just equality. If you don't like it, appeal to your representatives and change the laws. You wanted this. But when it's not convenient to some women, they're the victims as well. It feels like a lot of folks on Twitter want Adele's husband to take her for all she's got. Basically, because typically men have been the ones in Adele's shoes. No, they're almost always in Adele's shoes. Sharing their fortunes with their ex-spouses, women have historically been the financially weaker party. But that's by choice. Just saying. A position that stems from long-ingrained gender roles that have women working in the home and out of the workforce for extended periods of time. Women work less. Take jobs that make less money. Therefore, comparing a nurse to a programmer for Facebook or a teacher, kindergarten teacher or preschool teacher to an engineer is completely wrong. Of course, that person is going to make less. Whether it's a man or a woman doesn't have anything to do. Women just usually work much more part-time, and also work less and in those jobs they have, and jobs that earn less totally. When you look at what they make in a year. Why does Adele have to compensate? Let me stream some Adele so my king gets more money. Seems I love that tweet. Seems kind of counterproductive. Also, to be quite honest, don't you think women have already had to put up with enough ass as an entire gender without Adele having to fork over 2/3 of her hard-earned fortune? Okay, so you now make the argument that all women have endured BS. Even though men die younger, die more often on jobs, in war, in suicide, lose children, and the only benefit we really have is to earn more money. But even that, you get more of this in divorce settlements. Yeah, it's just these feminists cannot stop to complain about anything. Oh my God. Let's see. What you are without Adele having to fork over 2/3 of her hard-earned fortune as a way to appease men saying you asked for equality. Here it is. From Catherine Aragon being cast out by her wayward husband to women in the U.S. and some provinces in Canada having to fight for the right to choose. We've put up with the endless amounts of BS. So again, you have the right to choose. This is another double standard. You can lie about being on the pill. You can stick holes in the condoms. And a man can say he doesn't want a child. And even though you sperm jack the man's semen and get a child, he now has to basically be a slave for your choice. You can do with the child whatever you want. You can keep the child or abort the child, but the man has no say. Where is the equality in that? So rules for thee and not for me. Can we and Adele not have a one nice thing? Yeah, take some responsibility. That's what I'm saying. That's my argument. Well, at least fans will have this to look forward to. Her next album, God help us, amen. This is just a typical feminist drivel, acting like a victim. Rules for thee and not for me. That's the feminist mantra. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye.